Moves rising, anticipation mounting, lights go out, the race gets underway then. Pretty good start from pole position by the car of Ross Borman there, but he loses ground into the first corner. There's already a bumper hanging off somebody's car as they arrive at Copse Corner, so that's early doors for some damage. Ross
That's
Borman
Huntley, I think.
Okay, he'd made an initial good getaway. It looks like it's Ollie Musgrave, though, number 19 from the outside of the front row, that has got into the lead of this race. Don de Graaf is making a determined move, gets sideways. Now number 12 goes around. That's Richard Jones, who we were talking about. He takes off someone's mirror, I think, but they all continue somehow. But it's Musgrave continuing to lead then in that number 19 car. Looks like he's kept his nose pretty clean for this first 2/3 of a lap. There's cars 2 and 3 abreast into Brooklands. You've got that car with the bumper trailing. There's lots of locking up going on as well.
Crazy, isn't it? Jessup was very late on the brakes. He was locking up. There's that bumper hanging off the back of Huntley's car by the looks of things. This is just wacky races.
You wouldn't know it's the last round of the season, would you?
Exactly.
No, exactly. So it's Huntley's car with that bumper hang off. He could do with that falling off, really. Otherwise, he's going to get a black and orange flag. End of the first lap. It's Ollie Musgrave leading from Ross Borman then by 0.6 of a second. Joe Delgado in third. Benny Seabold is up to fourth. Joe McMillan fifth. Joe Jessup made up 4 places to 6th place, but now I've got a car sideways in the middle of the pack. That's the 83 car of John Labella, who was 17th at the end of the first lap. Here is the battle a bit further up the order. That's the number 11 car of McMullen, the yellow car with the green front. It damaged the front of Trafford King's car as well, the runner-up from race 1. Head down the Wellington Straight, and it looks like Musgrave is under a bit of foot here from Ross Borman.
Borman's down the outside, but Musgrave's going to get to the apex, I think. Yeah, that lightly loaded rear wheel kind of locks a puff of smoke from the tyre there. Borman needs to bide his time, really, because he wasn't going to unseat Musgrave into Luffield, but he couldn't be much closer coming off the corner, could he, Ian?
Not really, not if he tried. I don't think. Over the line they'll come to complete the second lap. Probably going to be a 14-lap race, all things being well. Joe Jessup in 5th place, just the best lap of the race, a 1:08.475. As they make their way around the second lap. Just to put another place to 5th on that lap. McMullen lost 2 places, falling back to 7th. Walsh from the back of the grid, he's up to 14th as well. He's one to watch out for. Benny Seabold had just alongside him, but for the lead now it's Ross Borman up the inside of Ollie Musgrave into Beckett's. He might make this one work in a way that he didn't at Brooklands corner, and Delgado trying to get second away from Musgrave as well.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Ross Borman has got himself to the front, and he's not quite sure who's going to be behind him going into Brooklands. They're 3 abreast. We're down the inside. It's the 95 car, which is Ben Seabold in that sort of zipper livery, and he's got through into second. Oh, there's a little touch there. Thank you very much. And that might be another touch the other end of the car.
Yeah,
thank you very much. He's got some bits missing now.
That's Delgado and Musgrave, who's really lost out because of that. He's gone back to about 6th position. Joe Jessup has gained. He's up, I think, now to 3rd place at least as they come over the line. It's Borman leading, Benny Seabold second, Joe Jessup up to 3rd, Delgado 4th, King 5th, and Musgrave lost 5 places from 1st back to 6th on that lap. Then it's McMillan, de Graaf, Kai Lindsay and Richard Jones completing the top 10. So it's Borman now leading from Benny Seabold. Both have raced Clios in the past as well. It's now Jessup, who was last year's champion, 2023 champion, looking up the inside of Seabold there. The first 3 have seemingly dropped this next group, which is still at absolute manic stations.
This is a mad race, but they're all continuing. They're all running at the moment. Down the inside, that's Jessup, isn't it? Is there room? There wasn't really, but he put himself there and was going to go for it. The snap-on car of Seabold tucks in behind Borman. 4th place is the other turquoisey car, and that's Trafford King now up onto the back of the top trio. Trafford King pulling up well through the order. Jessup leads the Joseph class from Delgado and McMullen, but at the front it is just Ross Borman. Top 4 breaking away.
into the 108.2s now for Trafford King on 108.253, the best lap of the race. He's trying to, well, he has latched himself onto this lead group now, hasn't he? That's a good lap for him, but it's now Siebold up the inside of Borman for the lead of the race at Beckett's. It's Borman then that's run out wide there as a result of that. He'll try and get enough momentum to stay ahead of Joe Jessup, but Jessup now has Trafford King to his driver's right. They're 3 abreast behind the race leader Benny Siebold as they make their way along the Wellington Straight this time. Marcus Pye's got his eyes closed as we turn their way into Brooklands Corner. Open them now, Marcus. They've all got through there for the moment. And it is Siebold from Jessup now. Borman down to 3rd and Trafford King in 4th. And Dalgarno's gaining on them as well. They're slowing each other up. Dalgarno in 5th place is going to join in with this lead quartet.
Yeah, fantastic. This is magnificent action among these Honda Civic, the Type R EP3s. And it's just brilliant. It's a great slipstream. We've got the first 2 nose to tail, 3rd and 4th side by side into Copse, and they won't both fit through there, but Trafford King has kind of got up the inside. No contact. It was a really clean move, but he had to hold his breath, kind of trying to suck the insides of the car towards him to make it narrower.
Best lap of the race still with King, a 108.253. Look at this, I mean, it's equally frenetic. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 9 cars possibly in this group. I think that's headed by Richard Jones. Kai Lindsay is in there as well. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice now. And then it's Jake Johnson in 11th. So everywhere you look, there is a battle. We've lost Richard Lindsay in this race as Siebold's off the road. Borman was off the road as well. And King's off the road. Yeah, he's pulled off. King's out of it by the looks of it. In the number 42 car, had that biff earlier on, but looks like he's pulling off and out of the race. Is now spinning went the number 11 car. That was McMullen.
That's McMullen, isn't it?
Yeah, dropping a lot of places. And Richard Jones is also in strife. His car was slowing as well as they came up to Woodcote Corner. So we're still less than halfway through this race. It's Joe Jessup now leading, Ben Siebold 2nd, Ross Borman 3rd. Joe Dalgarno 4th, after it all went a little bit mad up there at Brooklands on that previous lap. And now Siebold is going to try and get the lead back from Joe Jessup, who locks the brakes into Beckett's. Oh, Borman's off. Oh, and there's one off in the background there. That's had quite a hard hit at Copse Corner. It's now a much shorter Civic than it was at the start of the race. We think it's Jake Johnson in the number 24 car that's had that big incident on the exit of Copse Corner. And Siebold's now in problems. So he's slowing as they go down the straight. It's Jessup leading Dalgarno up to 2nd. So Joseph's 1st and 2nd now with all of this going on. Siebold's now, well, I thought he was going to pull off there. Oh, he's pulled back onto the road and into the back of Ross Borman's car, which fortunately didn't get sideways. That was all a little bit odd as they turn their way through Woodcote Corner. It looks like he's heading for the pits, but maybe that was just inadvertent contact. And now we've got the safety car coming out as well. With that incident in particular at Copse Corner as a result of that. And it's not yet appeared on the time screens, but we've seen the yellow flags and the safety car boards being waved. So the safety car is about to come out, we think, but I don't think it has appeared on circuit yet. Marshall's still working under local yellows to clear that incident, and that is quite a heavy hit, and the car going nowhere. Marshall's pushing with all of their might, but it is not going to budge.
And through all of this, number 83, Labella, who we saw have that massive moment at Copse earlier in the race, is up into 5th place. Where's that come from?
All right, so we've got yellow flags all. We've got Adam Parker there and Ursula Jordan. Yellow flags around most of the circuit, but simply not at the start line. Now we have the safety car graphic appearing on the TSL timing screen, but it seemed to go out at some Marshall posts a long time before it appeared on the timing screen and at the start line as well. But safety car is now out, or will be out, and the race neutralised. There's only 5 3/4 minutes to go, so I'm not sure how much more racing we're going to get here. There is the McGann. It's pulled onto the circuit at the pit lane exit. Had 7 laps of racing. They'll come through to complete lap 8, and then the safety car will pick them up. So lost a few cars in this race. James Delisle I don't think was a starter. Richard Lindsay completed 3 laps. Trafford King completed 5. Adam Huntley had that damage, didn't he, off the line with that dragging bumper. Benny Siebold is now headed into the pits, having had that drama a lap or so ago. But have to say, Mark, I'm not sure how much more racing we're going to get with those with that car needing to be recovered on the exit.
Not a whole lot with 5 minutes to go, because that car had a heavy rearward impact. It would appear that the whole rear has kind of been a bit crunched up, and so it's immobile at the moment. But the telehandler is going to win the tussle there, but it's a question of how quickly it can be attached and removed safely.
Yeah, so run down all the order. 28 Joe Jessup leading, 93 Joe Dalgarno in second place, 15 Don de Graaf is in third position, Ross Borman 66 is fourth, John Labella number 83, the driver from Corbridge, is in fifth position after a big moment earlier on, and 151 Andy Stevens is sixth. David Walsh number 21, who was retirement from the first race, is seventh. Eighth is number 374 Kai Lindsay. Lee Rickard number 26 is ninth. And Ollie Musgrave, who was leading, don't forget, in the early stages of this race, he is in 10th position at the moment. But it's certainly got an end-of-term feel about it, this race. Quite a bit of damage, obviously quite a lot of damage in the case of the car that has gone off there, which is Jake Johnston, the number 24 car. The recovery truck is on the scene. You can see the driver out of the car just picking up his helmet. He'll get a lift back, probably to the medical centre.
John Labella started 19th, and having had the monster, the Twitterer in the middle of in the middle of Copse Corner, is probably thinking, do you know, I wouldn't mind if the checker flag came out now.
No.
Be quite a result.
Exactly. 3 and a bit minutes to go. The car about to be recovered from the exit of Copse Corner. It's needing a full lift though, so how quickly can that be done? It really needs to be done before the end of this lap.
The Honda EP3 panel business is one to perhaps be in over the winter.
I would think so, yes. There's certainly plenty of trade to be found there. There are some cars with bent panels, but
some are immaculate, yeah.
Yeah. That's the 77 car of Luke Emmons going through. He is in 19th position of, I think, 20 cars that are still circulating here.
It's been very efficiently hauled onto the wrecker truck, that car.
No, I don't think they could have done that any quicker, really, could they? So good work by the recovery crew.
No, nor could they have done a great deal more damage to the back of it. It was already
exactly.
conditioned stable, but it's about to hasten off back to the pits, and there are still a couple of minutes to go. We might get a lap out of this, but I somehow doubt it.
Yeah, that's the best case, isn't it? To get that, still need to get the recovery team back on board, drive away. But we're running out of time here for a restart, unfortunately, which would be a great shame to end the Tegiwa Type R Trophy season this way. Not necessarily for Joe Jessup, though, looking for his second win of the day, this time from the reverse grid, from 10th on the grid. But I think it rather looks as if he is going to win this behind the safety car, because I would think there's not enough time to do another safety car lap. Now, with only a minute and a half left to go, it's not going to pull in, I don't think, at the end of this one. And that's something that's been very remarkable at the down there at Copse. Something very remarkable has happened. There it's on its way, and that is considerably shorter.
That's the Kurzak version.
Yeah. Safety car is still out. I mean, that was only just there, and we're not going to get another lap. Checker flag is waving now. The checker flag is out. Or is it? No, is that possibly still the yellow flag out? No, it's not yet the checker flag that is out. We've not seen that, so we will go for one more lap there. There's a mechanical flag for number 12, which is Richard Jones. We did see him in problems earlier on. He's the car in 16th position. I don't think he's going to hasten to the pit lane when they're going to head behind the safety car to the checkered flag next time around. So Joe Jessup it is that is leading, number 28 from 93 Joe Dalgarno and 15 Don de Graaf in third position, Heading along the Wellington Straight, this for the 11th time in the race. So a shame that the season seems to be ending this way. Clock's counted down to 0 for the Tegiwa Type R Trophy. So I think the cars will just follow the safety car over the line here. So we'd had, I think, 7 laps of racing before the safety car intervened. So we should have the checkered flag prepared this time. Cars streaming their way through the complex for the final time in this race. About to head through Woodcut for the final time, and we should have the checkered flag this time around. And there it is, behind the safety car. Checkered flag does go out then, so it is victory for number 28 Joe Jessup. Number 93 Joe Dalgarno takes second place. Number 15 Don de Graaf is third. 66 Ross Borman is fourth. 83 John Nabella is fifth. Andy Stevens, number 151, is in sixth position, the driver from Congleton, ahead of David Walsh, Kai Lindsay, Lee Rickard and Ollie Musgrave rounding out the top 10. Richard Jones did head into the pits on the final lap, obeying that mechanical warning flag. Very wise of him, so as not to incur the wrath of the clerk of the course. So drivers showing their acknowledgement to the marshals at the end of the race. And marshals reciprocating, either waving yellow flags to them or waving their hands to show their appreciation for a good race we had for the Tegiwa Type R Trophy before the safety car intervened.
Yeah, that was very exciting, and some wonderful outbraking manoeuvres. One or two didn't quite come off, but the intention was there, and there was a lot of skill in among the field.
Let's see if we can have a look at the results, can we, for that race, which was won by Joe Jessup at the end of 11 laps. Obviously the gap, pretty academic, given it finished behind the safety car, but 3/4 of a second. So 28 from 93 Joe Dalgarno, 15 Don de Graaf was third, 66 Ross Borman was fourth, John Nabella number 83, great drive from him through the field to fifth. 151 Andy Stevens was sixth, ahead of 21 David Walsh, 374 Kai Lindsay, 26 Lee Rickard and number 19 Ollie Musgrave. And with that, I think it will be McMullen that has probably done enough to see off Ollie Musgrave in the battle for 5th in the championship. The rest of the field going through. Ethan Rogers on his debut, 15th position. James Delisle, who didn't get to start the first race, finishing in 16th there. Adam Parker, Ursula Jordan, Luke Emmons. He was the last of the finishers on the lead lap. I think Adam Huntley was delayed by a lap while he got that bumper taken off. And we lost Ben Sable, Jake Johnson, Trafford King and Richard Lindsay during the course of that Tegiwa Type R Trophy race. 3 more races still to come this afternoon here at Silverstone. The Aimshot Mazda 7s are up next, then Hot Hatches, then BMWs. But for now, we're down to the pit lane once again. Josh Barrett is going to speak to our top 3 from the Tegiwa Type R Trophy.
So we're down here with some cars that have seen slightly better days in the Type R Trophy, but I think Joe Jessup's car's in kind of an okay state. Joe, that race was slightly chaotic, but you got to the front.
Yeah. I mean, it was a shame to finish under the safety car, but yeah, I mean, what a good battle it was. I think there was 4 of us down the back straight, side by side. So yeah, just really good racing. I don't know what happened to Benny. Don't know what happened to Traff. I sort of looked in my mirrors; they were gone. So yeah, I'll find out what's happened after the race, I'm sure.
It looked like it might have been mechanical, but for you, a good way to end a year with 2 wins.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's been a tough year. Obviously, competition's really strong in this series. So yeah, it's nice to finish the season with 2 wins.
Back next year?
Yeah, I think so.
Good luck next season. Look forward to seeing you there. Second was Joe. Joe, good to end the year on the podium for you.
Yeah, it took me a whole season to get up here, but I'm finally here, which is happy about finally.
You had so much bad luck, don't you, over the course of the season?
Yeah, we seem to have an issue with drive shafts for the first half of the season, but it's been better the second half, and it's been P5 at Snet last time and Croft as well. So finally been second. It was a shame it was finished under safety car, but yeah, it's really good. I just want to say also a big thanks to all my sponsors as well. Without them, we wouldn't be here on the grid. Same goes for my parents and family and girlfriend. Got to add that one in as well. But yeah, without any of them, it would make this a lot harder and probably wouldn't be here. So,
Going to try again next year?
yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing next year. I'd love to come back out and give it another go. I think we've got a bit of winter work to do, but yeah. So we'll do something next year. Hopefully this, but we'll see.
Well done on the podium. In third position was Don, and I think Don's car's a little bit worse for wear, but you're not the only one. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was carnage, to be honest. I got a great start and sort of got through the middle of everyone down to the first corner, and then the back just went on me and I was completely sideways. Didn't really know how I came through, but the front of the car is a bit worse for wear. So, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed the race. I was actually quite sad to see the safety car come out because I had a nice big gap just to sort of go along with the two lead guys. So yeah, no, I was enjoying it.
Obviously, this year you sort of come back into it. Do you think you're going to come back for another year?
Yeah, again, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully.
It's sort of you've been there or thereabouts, but I guess not quite where you'd like to be.
Yeah, all year really, I just haven't quite had the pace of the front guys. So yeah, definitely need to drive a bit faster next year.
Well done, ended on the podium. So there's our top three from the Hyper Trophy. A championship decided though coming up next, and that'll be for the Aim Shop Mazda 7 Championship.